Heather Ball was just 27 years old when her partner killed her on May 17th, 2023. Police say it was a case of femicide. We've gone over femicide before on this channel, but in case you missed that video, according to the Red Heart Campaign's Twitter page, Heather Ball is the 20th female domestic violence homicide victim this year in Australia. Heather had 4 children whom she loved dearly. Her Facebook is actually flooded with pictures of her kids, and most of them are pictures of her outside with the kids at like the park or something. It was obvious that she loved them very much. From what I can tell, she had 2 boys and 2 girls. Heather was loud, outgoing, beautiful, loving, kind, full of life, and loved being with her family and friends. People say she was always happy and she had a smile on her face. One of Heather's friends said that she was one of the nicest people that she can remember from school. And if anyone here has ever survived public school, you know how rare this person is. Heather's sister said, and I quote, "Our lives were made so much better and brighter for having you in it. And it is indeed dark times for your family and the many, many people whose lives you touched in such beautiful ways." It's clear that Heather was making a positive impact on the world and the people around her. Heather had just finished a schooling program and she was getting ready to be placed in an assisted living or aged facility. And she was in an on-again, off-again relationship with a 29-year-old man. And I'm not sure if this is the father of her children. I think it is, but I'm not positive. Not long before her murder, Heather took out a domestic violence order, but the public doesn't know who it was against, when it was filed and approved, and why it was issued. But on May 17th, the police got a call around 8:30 p.m. about a woman screaming for help. It's my understanding that Heather and her 4 children were at home that night. She was attacked on the sidewalk right outside of this apartment. Some neighbors witnessed the events because it literally happened right outside of their units. One neighbor recounts that she was watching TV when she heard some scuffles in the bushes. Then Heather screamed in terror, begging for help. The neighbor ran downstairs as fast as she could and saw Heather on the sidewalk, covered in blood and stab wounds. And I feel so bad for this neighbor because she was trying to help and she was trying to hold Heather's hand, but she couldn't actually grip her hand because there was so much blood. And she just remembers like Heather's hand slipping out of her own. And on top of that, I feel so bad for this neighbor because the sidewalk was covered in blood and she was like, "Are the police going to do anything about this? Like, what's going to happen?" And they said, "No, it isn't our responsibility." So she was like literally cleaning Heather's blood, like the crime scene, just by herself on the sidewalk. If you are watching this by chance, I am so sorry that you had to go through that, and please reach out to somebody if you need. Feel free to reach out anytime to me. I'm around, or like just find some support. I hope you're finding some support, and I'm just so thankful that you went to Heather. I really am. Most people wouldn't do that these days, and you are a very special person, and don't let anyone take that light away from you ever. And we are here. There are people out here who will support you throughout your life and your struggles, no matter what, because of the kind of person you are. So I just want you to know that. The suspect fled on foot, but was able to get access to a vehicle and led police on a high-speed chase on the highway, running red lights. It was super dangerous. The car ended up crashing into the back of a police car, and the guy, of course, ended up being Heather's on-again, off-again partner. And he was taken to the hospital and then arrested and charged with domestic violence-related murder, 2 counts of aggravated murder, which I'm wondering what that's about, dangerous driving, evading police, and breaching a DV order. So I think that answers some of the questions that we have about the DV order that Heather filed.